Okay, we should be live.
Yay.
Hello, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome again to another Miniatures Rundown Hobby Hangout stream. Today, we've got Kevin and Cody and myself, Josh.
Hello.
Mitchell might be joining us later. He said he might get on voice. He can't do video streaming because his camera link broke, but
This technology's fun.
technology is glorious, and by glorious, I mean I hate it. As always, let us know about the audio balance, everything else, you know how it goes. It feels
Yep,
like every
complain at will.
feels like every time we get it right, OBS updates.
It updates just to keep us on our toes.
Again, you know, it's free software. What am I complaining about? Open source software, nonetheless.
It's true.
Now the name of the title, Turnip for what,
Turn up for what?
is Kevin is painting Turnip 28, which if you're not familiar
Yes, I
with,
am.
is a squelchy war game.
It's kind of loosely Napoleonic, and it's kind of a post-apocalyptic miniatures game set in the future.
Yeah, it's set 1,000 years in the future. It's just well, it's 1,000 years after Napoleon, but society never advanced because a giant root vegetable took over the world, and everything
Yeah.
is terrible and awful and squelchy.
I'm really leaning into that with the miniatures that I'm doing. Really mud caking them and adding water effects to the bases and dirtying up the models in a way that I don't normally do. It's been kind of fun. So,
Nice.
because I'm really leaning into the tagline of, well, I don't know if it's a tagline, but part of uh, the material is peasants beating each other in the mud,
No.
kick each other to death in the mud.
You gotta say it right. It's "You will cheer as deranged peasants kick each other to death in the mud."
There we go. There we go. Josh has it right.
Well, the reason I have this right, also hello to Happy Code Monkey, is because I was chatting with someone on Blue Sky about just wonderfully evocative phrases that establish games. And
yeah.
that's
yeah.
one of, that was the one that he picked. It's actually Sonic Sledgehammer. If you don't know him, he's another YouTuber who does poppy videos. He was like, that was his pick for the most wonderfully evocative phrase in minis gaming.
I can't disagree.
Because he had posted about there were. Did you see the Scrungaloids?
No,
Okay, so
I don't feel bad about that.
Well, you're going to because it's actually really cool. It's actually kind of up your alley.
Okay.
It was a person who was making. Basically, they were old Hammer Marines.
Okay.
The beakies, ridiculous proportions, but the joke was that was a species on a planet called Scrungaloids, who
God.
had this entire societal structure about they're basically the joke was they were all this kind of species that just all lived in this weird power armor. And
I have heard of those.
yeah,
Actually.
and how basically it was kind of poking fun at how nothing they did actually made sense, right? The pack leaders will paint themselves in bright colors. This doesn't actually do anything, but it does give them more respect. Stuff like that.
Right.
Unfortunately, they flew too close to the sun and they got hit by a cease and desist.
You're seriously?
Well,
Oh.
they were selling the STLs, is why.
Oh, okay.
And only the ones they were selling got hit with the cease and desist, not the free ones. So they said they might return
Okay.
later to offer free ones. Yeah, because what happened is it started gaining a lot of steam and picking it up, and it's who knows why GW did what they did. Was it because it was making fun of them? It was too poking fun at them, or was it because it was just because they are unmistakably old Hammer Marines?
And I
in
think that's
Beakies.
probably it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I'm not too. Even though I have a significant axe to grind with GW, it is not. I don't think that it's as tinfoil hat as they are feel bad about being made fun of. It's just they
Nobody
look too much like old
who
Hammer
makes
Marines.
those decisions understands anything about the concept of fun anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the copyright lawyers do not give a crap, do not have feelings like that.
No. Not even the slightest bit.
No.
They They are literally automatons that just defend copyright.
Yeah. Uh, but anyway, it was quite delightful. It actually also had a full war game written for it,
Oh, that's
a
neat.
free one. It was like it's all about the Scrungaloids. But anyway,
Yeah.
all this came up because there is a one of the phrases of Scrungaloid is like they do this and this thing. This is basically this is catastrophically stupid, which is a phrase I love.
That is a great phrase.
And I said, is there anything that is more evocative of a game than the phrase catastrophically stupid? And he came back with, well, I think Turnip 28 does it with deranged peasants. You will cheer as deranged peasants kick each other to death in the mud. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah. And it really, I mean, and not to put too fine a point on it, but it really does like encompass what the game is about.
Oh, yes, it
Like,
does. That's what I mean by when I say evocative.
yeah.
Um, hello.
Thanks for stopping in, Iron.
Yep. Beat me to it. Iron Thumb 1 says, thanks for stopping in. Have fun hobbying. Hobby bobbying. That sounds like Mr. Blobby.
Oh no, not Mr. Blobby. Please no.
My favorite evocative phrase, and I think I might have mentioned this at one point, was from a 1990s game called Normality, which was
Okay.
a British. It was a point and click adventure game. It was the Wolfenstein 3D. Remember False 3D?
Yeah.
And in the United States, the main character was voiced by Corey Feldman.
Really?
But it was a British game, and the version I played I played, never beat as a kid, but I ended up watching a Let's Play, was voiced by some British kid. But there's a part where you, the player character, and that's a point-and-click adventure game, so it's all about solving puzzles, right? And it's
Right,
awful. It's not good. It's bad. But one of the puzzles is you have to rescue a friend in the back of a prison truck, and you do that by taking a pipe or a hose, connecting one of it to the sewer gases, and putting the other end in the cab of the truck so the guards leave.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guards turns to the other and goes, "Does that smell you?" And he's like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Are you sure? You've got an arse like the top of a brown sauce bottle."
Oh God.
And it's just so... you know exactly what that means.
Yep.
And, like, what that description means. And it's like, oh, that was 30 years ago, and I still remember that. I guess
It's one of those things
22 years ago,
that
whatever.
stick
But
with you.
yeah. Before I start painting, I have a giant gouge in my wet palette because I was trying to clean off some paint, and I gouged it out, so I got to go replace my sponge. I do have a backup, though, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
You guys, Phil,
Yeah.
don't say mean things about me, please.
I'll try. Is he gone? All right.
Hopefully.
Good. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Josh.
Mean things.
I unplugged
Josh, I
my
literally
headphones
can't
so I could...
stand. I literally can't stand Josh. He's too much constantly. But anyway, so yeah, Turnip 28, kind of a nice little breath of fresh air, kind of cleanse my palate, so to speak. Pun maybe a little bit intended. That everything is just kind of old and used and beaten up and rusty, and so I'm really leaning into that with this paint scheme. Tried to find like something like vaguely historical to base it on, but I decided to just kind of go with just like colors from that era. So I got dark blues and white pants and frilled collars and stuff. But all the feathers and the caps, though, I've done as leaves, because in the lore of the game, there's not really birds anymore. There's just turnips and other root vegetables. So replaced it all with leaves. It's kind of a neat game.
Birds and Turnip 28.
There are no animals. There are no birds. There are not really any trees.
All
pretty
life
awful.
on Earth
Just
has been consumed
turnips
or
and humans.
affected by this root vegetable.
Yes. So like even the
Interesting.
animals are just like they're animated root vegetables, or a walking tooth in one case.
Okay,
I
I
don't-
kind of like that.
I have a hard time and there's frog
Well,
people.
So are the humans? Are the humans?
There's
Or are
humans.
the turnips?
No, it's humans. There's humans. They've gone insane because the only thing they can eat is this root vegetable, and it's taken over their minds. And so they go crazy, like, and they march to war in like these like mockeries of armies in days past, and using firearms. They manufacture some firearms, but they're mostly just it's a lot of firearms that they've scavenged from the mud. It's a lot of mud, a lot of mist. Um, the
See,
the game itself is very focused on overcoming the inadequacies of your army. Like your everything you have is terrible. Like the snipers, it's a D6 system, and the snipers hit on fives.
wow.
So yeah.
I think the best way to sum it up is you don't have your 2-hit is not a ballistic skill or a accuracy rating. It's called your inaccuracy score.
Yeah, you have to overcome your inaccuracy.
Kind of sounds like playing Orcs the game.
Orcs, but no one's having fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Well, they are all delusional, so they might be having
That's
fun.
true.
At this point.
The snobs might be having some fun until the battle gets too close to them.
Yeah, the way it works is you have your leaders, who are called snobs, because they are, and they have then they follow your Toff, who is your head leader, and they are terrible in combat. This is not like Warhammer or 40k. It's your leaders are a resource to be protected from getting absolutely murdered.
Yep. And if you lose all of your leaders, you lose the game. And my favorite though is Todd.
Oh, fucking Todd. Sorry, heckin' Todd language.
Todd is a frogman that wears a bunny pajamas costume, and he's the goodest boy. Mama's most proud of him, and he'll show you why.
Okay.
His thing is, so in the game, one of the big mechanics is when you shoot at something, or you engage something in combat, it is a mutual exchange of fire or of blows. And at the end of that, you determine a winner and a loser. And the loser is the one who has to fall back and whatnot. If you have Todd as your leader, if you win, you lose. But if you lose, you win.
Sounds like I need Todd on my team.
Oh my god, wait. If Cody played Todd, like...
Oh god.
I'd be invincible.
Like, one of two things would happen. Either he would start winning and still lose, or...
Yeah, actually, you're probably right. I'd start rolling only sixes.
Now, the person we have in the fourth frame over there, is, one of them is an art of, like, one of the ladies. But on the right there is the official miniature for Todd. It is miniatures agnostic, however, the sculptor does make miniatures for the game as well.
And they're gorgeous.
And Todd is a little frogman in bunny pajamas.
Yep.
Mother says I'm quite dashing.
Mother's right.
Also, hello to Spudgy, who says, I am Dota Spud. Does that mean I exist in this universe? Everyone exists in the Turnip 28 universe. There is a soda out there somewhere in Turnip 28. My namesake.
But do not, under any circumstances, insist to the creator that pumpkins fit in the universe.
Yes, gourds are not root vegetables. Also, America sank underneath the sea, which, I think when he wrote that, it was meant to be more of a joke. Nowadays, everyone's just like, oh yeah, that sounds like a,
Probable.
Yeah, okay. I believe that. Sounds like Big Vegetable wants to keep this truth hidden. Yeah. Code Mickey says, I love this little guy. Yes, Todd is a great little guy. Now I want to dig out my Turnip 28. I don't think I'm gonna... Kevin, you can't do this to me. I have other stuff I need to finish. Okay, well, I'll talk about my favorite Turnip 28, because they're called cults.
Yes.
Are the Mine,
sub factions are called cults. Yeah.
my favorite is Allison Mull, Lady Alice, who is a dashing young lady. One of the big things about Turnip 28 is that you never see a human being's face in any of the art
Correct.
ever. And Alice, of course, is a lady wearing a nice sundress, but she has basically a beaky helmet on and a
Yep.
hat. And Mole is her bodyguard, with whom she hangs out. And their rules is Turn 20 is a very keyword based game, so like people have a keyword that like gives them, run in charge or more morale or whatever. And Mole, who is a big monster guy, eats people's keywords and gives them to your whole army. Now, I haven't painted this yet, but I have kit bashed my Allison Mole. I just need to find a chair, because this is what it currently is. You might recognize this as the Warwolf from Trench Crusade.
Trench Crusade. Yep.
Scaled up to 150%. This is Lady Alice on here. I need to find print a chair for her so she has a platform.
Uh huh.
And then Mole has a gun. So I printed
Yep.
out this ancient flintlock.
That's awesome.
And also, this is a giant carrot. Because carrots are root vegetables.
That's right. They belong in this universe.
And I need to get some leaves, which I'm probably just going to, like, sculpt or craft or something. So I got a lot of work to do on him because I need to basically fill in all the Satan iconography and replace it with turnip-based iconography.
Right. The cult that I play the most is the Great Gun.
Yes, you're the Grand Bombard.
The Grand Bombard, yeah. So there is artillery in the game, and it is also equally terrible. But it's awesome when it hits, which is almost never. And this one is a very upscaled, like, it's basically using a church bell as the chamber of the gun, and plugged up with a root vegetable. And it does incredible damage when it hits, and it almost never does. But the really fun thing about it is that you can use your toffs as your toadies as aristocratic ammunition.
Yes.
To fire the gun additional times.
You can load your leaders into the cannon and fire them. One of the other cults is basically the Wicker Man.
Yep.
Where you load your leaders into it and kill them. I gotta go change my water and also find my turnips. I will again be back. Tell them about, oh crap.
The ants.
I was gonna say Von Sneg.
Oh yeah, Von Sneg. So Von Sneg is a character that appears throughout the rules manual, and he was blown up in an accident, and he exists as a bunch of fingers that live in a pot, and the fingers do stuff to like communicate, like wiggle around and like point to stuff and whatnot, and he that's the form that he exists in, is as a pot of fingers. So that gives you an idea of how
something from Elden Ring.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Elden Ring, but less serious. But yeah, it gives you an idea of how goofy this universe is, but also kind of terrible. I mean, it is terrible. Everyone's starving and insane. So it is definitely kind of grimdark isn't the way I describe it. It's kind of like goofy dark, but
Okay.
there's
Spudgy says pumpkins grow on the surface. That's obvious. He's right. Spudgy also
Thank
says
you.
he's
Yeah,
got a gun.
Mac-
He sure does.
He does have a gun. He can barely use it. But another one of the cults that is really fun is the ants, which not ants as in the insect, more like ant as in the aunt.
Specifically, it's called Aunt's Ascendant.
Yes, thank you. And it's two old women that live in a hot air balloon, and this cult follows them around. And this cult shtick, as far as game mechanics is concerned, is that the aunts, they direct. So normally when you fall back away from the thing that attacked you. the aunts can direct the direction in which you fall back, which can cause more damage to you.
And also, if you ever end your activation underneath them, they hit you with a brick.
Right.
I like Grim Derp.
Grim Derp, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. I like that.
Let me zoom in here. There it is. Okay.
It's like the tone of Elden Ring and the universe of like Adventure Time or something.
It's very like Adventure Time meets Elden Ring meets Monty Python.
Here's my the one turnip I have painted. This is very much just this is French Napoleonic colors. Like,
Yeah.
it's the white trousers, which I have not shaded the white trousers yet. It's the brain matter beige trousers is what it is technically. The blue coat, the red thing, and then he's got this weird. This is one of the official minis. But the really nice thing about it is the rules are free online.
Yep.
You can find them for free. And the way you're, I mean, he released official miniatures because he knows people like them. But what you're encouraged to do is just grab a cheap box of Perry Brothers plastic Napoleonics and put knight helmets on them and then cover them in mud.
Right.
That's
no faces.
Yeah, no faces. That's you're very much not a game where you're supposed to take it too seriously.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And someday we'd like to do some Turnip on the channel. It'll be probably a bit because
We got 40K coming up.
yeah, and a really big project.
Yep.
A really, really big project.
Yeah, which you'll see soon, hopefully. But yeah, I definitely like. And the cool thing about Turnip is that like, even the full size game takes like I don't know. Josh, you and me played a game in like less than an hour.
I think our very first game took 45 minutes, and our second one was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It did not take very long. Oh, right. I forgot. Where did I put the AK markers? I was going to try.
Oh yeah. I found someone made a crew for the Grand Bombard that has a giant cannonball with a sad face on it. And I'm going to print that up and make it part of my somewhat diorama for the Grand Bombard. Kind of the irony of this game is that there's no faces on the people, but there's like faces in a lot of the art and a lot of like the turnips and root vegetables and stuff all have faces on them.
How much space?
And they're all up.
How much space and stuff do you need? Asks Budgie. It's a what? It's a 4x4 board.
4x4.
Yeah.
It's a 4x4. Yep.
Could you play at a pub? 4x4 board. So it is a war game. However, you have like what, 4 units on the board?
Yeah, you have 4 units and 3 characters.
So yeah,
You could play it on a smaller
Decent
board.
sized
Is
map for
that
4 units.
if you play on a smaller board, the game will go faster because stuff will run away easier.
yeah.
But other than that, like, and of course you could play. You don't have to play 3 characters. You could play just a Toph, and then that would be just a character in 2 units. But like the quote unquote standard game size is 3 characters, which means so your Toph, your head guy gets to take 2 units with him, and then each toady gets 1 unit to accompany them. But I highly recommend checking out the rules. Like Josh said, they're free, so like grab them.
They're free. Yeah, it's one of our favorite mess around games.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can't really do it wrong, and like you can't take it seriously. So, I mean, if you do, you need to reevaluate some priorities in your life. More so than if you take any other war game seriously.
Yeah, as far as unserious war games goes. All right, so initial thoughts. I like these AK markers.
Nice.
They are very usable. I'm not a fan of this particular yellow color on this person.
Okay.
It needs to be more of this ochre, which I kind of knew. This is a very bright yellow. But as far as the paint going on, that was really easy and really good.
Nice.
So yeah, that's interesting. Because the speed paint markers I couldn't really find a good use for. because you do have to like undercoat for them and stuff like that, so it wasn't quite
Yes, you
working
do.
for me. But these are just paint markers, so a little more up my alley.
Right, more coverage.
This budget says I couldn't afford to get into new at the moment, but sounds fun for after I paint PhD. Yeah, I mean, I hear that. That is the nice thing. It's a very low investment because you can get a box of cheap Perry miniatures and get 40 of them, and that's more than you'll ever need for any army in Turnip.
And then if you want to play any like the specific cults that have like specific stuff, like it's super easy to find like toys or other stuff to just like kit bash into whatever it is that you need.
Yeah.
Or just like, homemade stuff. Like it has the whole game kind of has kind of a homemade feel to it. Like they encourage you to use like polyfill fluff for like their smoke markers as a game mechanic and like stuff like that, or like cotton balls or whatever.
I use cotton balls.
Yep. And I have, you can see it on my, part of what I'm working on is I have a bunch of teeth that are going to be my panic markers. And
I know people who use the markers because they have hand issues, so that's cool. Yeah, I've heard that too, and I think they would be great for that.
Yeah.
But like that was just really easy to apply. What I got them for, these are going to be graffiti on the walls of Zone Mortalis.
That's really cool.
So, because I want to, because that's a great thing to like, paint some Necromunda symbols, some house symbols. Like, I've got this turquoise, I've got this gray-blue here. Well, that's a Vansar symbol, right? I've got a red for Goliath. I've got a yellow for Escher.
Well, now I know that I can put rock and stone on
Do it.
tiles that I paint.
Do it. Like, yeah, literally put rock and stone somewhere. It'd be hilarious. Has any video where we talked about the thing that we launched gone live yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Do we want to save that for when we make the video, or is that going to go live before we do that?
I don't know. Let's not like let it go before we do the announcement video. Let's do that.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got something cool coming up, is all we'll say.
Yeah. I mean, don't get super excited about it, but it's pretty cool.
No, well, I mean, we've got one thing that is super cool that you should get excited about.
Yes, that.
We've got a lot of cool things coming up, actually. I need to watch that MDF terrain painting video so I can paint my MDF terrain.
That was fun to do. And then Cody put up with me for the duration of that record, so that was fun.
Cody's good at that.
I have some pretty good patience.
You do.
Not that it requires that. Not that it requires. That's a joke. Always a pleasure.
Well, not always.
Look, I've worked with me. I know what it's like. So, but yeah, it was neat, and it was nice to get some of that done and get that, because we're doing some 40K stuff at the store, so it'll be cool to get that kind of soft relaunch of doing 40K at the store. I mean, I know it happens on Fridays, but
yeah,
Now,
is all the terrain that we'd already built still usable for 40K? Like, I know we'd have to do the templates are new, but
yeah, they are. It's so there's two schools of thought, and you'll be able to guess which school I'm a part of. Is that there is a school of thought that is the terrain must be hyper specific to the terrain shapes that exist on the templates that are seen in the maps themselves.
Oh, well,
Or you can just put whatever terrain you like on that roughly approximates what's supposed to be on there.
Well, you know what? I'm not. Yeah.
Take a wild guess which one I'm a part of.
Well, sucks to be the Adepticon spray team, but I'm not. So.
Yeah. I mean.
Is this where we find out that Kevin's a terrain purist?
Kevin's a terrain junkie, not a purist.
I have lots and lots.
I'm right there with you, my man. You haven't. There's terrain I have you even haven't seen. I've managed to keep my mouth shut about.
Oh.
No, well, none of
Yeah,
it's
we,
none of it's done or impressive yet. That's why I've kept my mouth shut.
Oh, okay. I've got a few. Well, I have a few impressive things that have not hit live yet, just because they're not. It's very long-term projects. I have a whole carriage run lighthouse that
Oh.
I printed out, and it's a big project. Like it's literally like 3 feet tall. So
When they did that made to order with the old Mechanicus like crane set that
yep,
came with the like little tractors and stuff, I ordered a couple of those, so I got those
nice.
I've got
that I need to put together.
I've got 2 of those. Mint W4241, hello, asks, is that a Zote? I believe this is a Zote, right, Cody?
That is
Yep.
a Zote. Speaking of things I just got in from GW, I got my Zote in yesterday.
Zote.
And that will be fun.
And I'm doing some of the Kill Team Nemesis op things with it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which we recorded a video for that not too long ago, and that was fun. I enjoyed that it was a way to play Kill Team, and Kill Team isn't big in our area, so I don't get a whole lot of chances to play it. So it was nice to be able to throw down, and I got my ass beat by the NPCs, so that was great.
Skill issue.
No, it is. I acknowledge that 100%. I am bad at Kill Team.
I mean, basically by the last round, there was a whole Space Marine Kill Team plus a Dreadnought. So, like, I don't know how you're supposed to win.
No, Cody, I killed the Dreadnought.
Yeah, on the last round, but then there was a whole Space Marine Kill Team after that. I think you killed the one other Space Marine too, didn't you? Maybe?
I don't think no, I almost killed another Space Marine.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen the Zote in person yet either. I missed Blackstone Fortress. I do have the what's this thing called, the Amble that I painted up relatively recently that I got from the Combat Arena game. So I already have that ready for these scenarios.
Yeah, I've got I have the Zote and the Amble because I loved Blackstone Fortress so much. I bought everything for it. There's one other.
But you are no stranger to scratch built terrain. That's for sure. Seems like you always got like a really cool project going on.
Yeah. Let me see. Hit the like, you cowards. They're not cowards. They're working on it. Never seen an actual Zote. Yeah, I tried that filler thing on mine, but I used the wrong filler stuff, and it did not work well. So make sure you use the right filler stuff. Do not as I have done. All right, question time for you.
Okay.
I like the yellow better, but
I agree.
do I leave the tubes as hazard stripes, or do I just paint them a nice solid black?
Nope, tubes as hazard stripes.
Really? You think so?
Yes, and then give them like a red, like a really watered down red wash. Trust me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna paint over them now because those hazard stripes are put on in like 20 seconds. But
okay.
And they're very, very sloppy. But I will do the hazard stripes later.
Though, like I've been doing Iron Warriors for Horus Heresy, and so I've been doing a lot of hazard stripes, which has been really good practice for Zone Mortalis. And a 1 part red to a 3 parts water or medium as a glaze over hazard stripes, and you just let it run to the edges, looks so good.
Okay. So kind of like a rust wash almost.
Almost, yes.
See, now I kind of want to try that on the yellow I've got on her, because I wonder if that would have the same effect.
It will. I like it for hazard stripes because it doesn't show up in the black, but it does show up in the yellow, so it adds some interest to the yellow and helps separate it even more from the black. Kind of helps blend it into the black along the edges, but without making it separate. You know what I mean?
I've always used my the Sonic Tonic Omni Wash on it, which is a 50-50 of flesh wash and a brown, so it's got that warmth to it. But I'll try the pure red and see just what happens with dilution, of course.
Yeah.
Could be worse than a Space Marine Dreadnought. Could be a World War One Dreadnought. That's gotta go to Trench Crusade for that.
That's when you fight England's gigantic fortress.
Yeah.
Floating fortress. Which is a really cool piece of fluff about Trench Crusade is that the fortress, so the England's one floating fortress is just this massive indomitable war machine, and it can come on land, it can go in the sea, it's amphibious, it's like the size of a small city, but it tears up everything. When it goes on land, it tears up absolutely everything. So it's just a giant menace.
And the most lore accurate part of that is that they refused to use it to help Scotland.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that tracks. No. This only stays south, dear boy. Cold water doesn't work for it, you see.
Oh, Trench Crusade. I saw a critique on Trench Crusade recently that I don't know if I agree with it or not. I can see where they're coming from, but it's that the game takes itself too seriously. I'm not sure that's true.
Well, here's the thing. That kind of game, it's important that it do so. There's two ways you can do funny kind of grimdark. You can do it tongue-in-cheek, like old Warhammer, or kind of like Necromunda kind of does. Or you can go completely 100% into the bit.
Uh-huh.
And if you go completely 100% into the bit, you will lose people who think it is too serious, but that's just kind of the price you pay.
Okay.
You don't have universal appeal. Universal appeal is how you end up with everybody rating it a 7 out of 10, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you get the IGN score. Yes.
Right. And that is not what Trench Crusade is doing. Trench Crusade is going, we're leaning into the bit entirely. And the problem with that is some people are not going to like your bit.
That's fair.
And you just need to accept that. And I think they have.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I think Tomas has been extremely I give him applause. Factory Fortress has not been perfect in Trench Crusade, and that's putting it kind of kindly. But I will give him credit for sticking to his guns about the lore and whatnot. So, and making it very clear of what the direction of the lore is intended to be, and not what it's supposed to what people want it to be.
Yeah.
And the church isn't also the good. The church isn't the good guys. There's no good guys. That's the point. There's no good guys.
Yeah,
it's awful. Everything's awful.
Although it's a little more nebulous in Church Crusade because your enemies are literal demons in hell, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is a good point. However, the things that the church does to fight the demons isn't necessarily great either.
No. And finding that too over the top or not being a fan of that is a completely valid feeling to have.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And that's kind of one of the things is Trench Crusade is not a game for that person, which is completely fine. There's games.
It's one of those things that not everything is for everybody. So,
Horus Heresy is not for me.
Right. Hell, it's probably not even for me.
I would love
Iron Warriors.
Yes, would I love to know what all the aliens are doing during Horus Heresy? That would be fantastic. That is not the point of Horus Heresy.
Right. No, that's extremely true. You want to know what they're doing? They're hiding. That's what they're doing. They're hiding because everything is, it's way worse out there.
Right.
You've got thousands of Space Marines on a battlefield at the same time. You don't want to go anywhere near that. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thought, and because it's kind of funny because you look at any kind of wargaming, any kind of direct comparison, you do is going to go back to Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
So, and Warhammer has a it goes from taking itself very seriously to not at all, and like often in the same breath.
Yes.
And
let me see. Mint W. Grimdark taken so seriously can be a bit eye rolling, but I can't imagine being turned off. And that's very much a to taste thing. I'm not turned off by Trench Crusade's grimdarkness, but it absolutely is like I would be a fool not to acknowledge that is a thing, you know?
yeah.
It's like a gore show.
Yep. That's a really good way to put it, actually.
It's a lot like a gore show in a lot of ways, actually. Yeah, it's like, just because the lore is very dour, it doesn't force people not to laugh. And that is also a thing that is going to be your mileage may vary. Like, some people would not want to play Trench Crusade with me calling my werewolf Paul, because that's a reference to Mystery Science Theater, right? Some people would find that kind of like, that's not, the werewolf wouldn't be called Paul. What are you talking about? It wouldn't have a name at all. And to me, that's hilarious. To other people, that affects their immersion, their verisimilitude, as it was. Immersion has kind of become a dirty word because it's been used by so many people to be jerks about their favorite game systems. But there is a point where, like, okay, what you're doing is completely not what I signed up for, and that's where you just get into the social contract of games.
Right.
Which every company would love nothing better to completely engineer the social contract out of games, but you cannot do that with tabletop.
Nope, it's impossible.
They would love for every single person to play every other single person with no complaint, because that would get them more players. You cannot do that with a face-to-face tabletop game.
Nope. I mean, a good example that I use is like I'm a pretty easygoing guy. There's not much that when it comes to tabletop, I'm really just happy to be rolling dice. But I would not be thrilled if I rolled up to a table and someone had a bunch of My Little Pony figures dressed up as Grey Knights. That's not really the game that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And
oops, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and for some people that's fine and cool. I have everyone. I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum, but that's not the game that I want to play.
Right. Mint says, or Smudgy says, I think a smaller game that's entering the ecosystem, you're better off committing to a niche and getting a group of people who really enjoy your style than being middle of the road. Absolutely. This is something that the Snarlcast, which is the Uncle Adam and BNCV podcast about game design, they quoted one of the people who worked on, I think, Magic the Gathering. I can't remember exactly who it was, but there's a quote from him. It was like, as a new game designer, you do not want a game that everyone rates 5 out of 10. That is death. You want a game that half the people rate 9 out of 10, half the people rate 2 out of 10. Also called the Marmite effect. For those of you who don't know, Marmite is
interesting. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, Marmite is a Australian cuisine. It's like a yeast-based. I think it might be New Zealandish. It's in both Marmite and Vegemite. I forget which is, but it's very polarizing. You either kind of like super love it or super hate it, and that's what you want, because you want those 9s and 10s to go talk about your game. That's how you build a successful game. Building a game that is a 7 to everybody is not how you enter into a game space. It's how you build a corporate game, which is why all large game systems eventually move towards that, like a gravitational black hole.
Yeah.
But as someone who's trying to make a game, you want a game that some people go, oh, that is just not my bag, dude. As long as a bunch of other people go, oh, this is my thing. Necromunda's like that.
Oh, very much so.
Necromunda's absolutely a Marmite game. It's like you either love Necromunda or you, like, loathe it.
Yeah, you either can, like... Yeah, that's a perfect way to kind of pile onto that. Like, that's, you either can, like, really commit to the attitude of Necromunda, or it's just, like, I can't stand that my favorite guy just got 66th and he's gone.
Right.
But it's good for everyone to try and see what they do and don't like. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Just walk away.
Is Marmite? Okay. Vegemite is the Aussie version of Marmite. Got it. Sorry about that. I forgot which one was which. I should know that.
Because there's the line in Man Down Under. He just smiled and hands me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, "So you come from a land down under." Yeah, I should know that. Sorry about that. Yeah, Marmite is the... but I've heard of it as the Marmite effect, not the Vegemite effect. Probably because Vegemite effect just doesn't sound very good.
No.
Vegemite effect sounds like something you need to get tested for.
It's something in Turnip.
Yeah, you're right. Oh god, that is definitely the name of a venereal disease in Turnip. You did what with the rootling? Okay. I know there aren't any gods anymore, but that is definitely a sin.
Someone who rates your game okay, but I'd rather play this, and I hate this, makes the
Exact same contribution to your sales. Correct. The middler and the hatred are going to do pretty much the same thing as far as buying your game again.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things like, anyone who's been in the miniature space for a long time has always tooled around with the idea of like, I could write my own game, and just kind of fooled around with it, and then it's always making sure that just not like trying not to feel bland, because bland is, like we discussed already, is the worst thing you can be.
Yep.
Like, what was it? I actually just saw this recently. There is a review of the new 007 video game that came out, and
oh no, is it bland?
Oh, it is bland. It is white bread.
I kind of was afraid of that.
There is a video of a reviewer playing it, and literally during one of the driving sections of the game is holding the acceleration button down and touching nothing else, and the car basically just steers itself to the end of the level.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah.
I was afraid of that, but game design is hard, really hard. Yeah, I've got one that is right on the edge of completion. I need to write the scenarios for it. And it's just going to go up free somewhere. I'm not going to try and sell it or anything. Because it's my very first game, and you probably should never try and sell your very first game. Just throw it up and see what happens.
Yeah.
And before anybody asks, no, it is nothing like Necromunda.
No, it is not.
I did not write a Heartbreaker. Because that way it is just... Yeah, but my Necromunda has blackjack and hookers.
Necromunda, it's kind of funny because, like, in the hobby space, even among big or small publishers, Necromunda kind of exists in a unique place. Like, there are games that do the same kind of role-playing, like, skirmish thing, but I feel like Necromunda, and I've played a lot of them before, but I feel like Necromunda really just has a unique feel to it that I haven't really seen replicated.
I mean, the closest thing is Mordheim, which is written by the same people, You're
right. Though I guess there other games have come out recently. Frostgrave and Stargrave are both in that same vein.
They are, but as much as I like Frostgrave and Stargrave as a concept, the only thing I don't like about them is the fact they use a D20, which is just the worst dice you can use for a game. Anyway, they do not feel like Necromunda.
No.
They're similar in concept, but in execution, they're good. But I think it would be good for someone who likes Necromunda to look into those.
Sure, it scratches a similar itch, I would say, of you having a war band that levels up and progresses and stuff like that. But yeah, but like I said, nothing feels quite the same as Necromunda.
No, it's very much a unicorn.
Yeah,
that's why we like it.
Yeah.
Like Trench Crusade, which is written, Tomas had a lot to do with Mordheim, as everyone knows at this point, does not feel like Necromunda, even though it's kind of a similar system of a warband of people leveling up and stuff like that, but I really don't feel like I'm playing Necromunda when I play Trench Crusade.
No, it is not the same. Necromunda, especially, I would say both early and late campaign has this unique feeling of really of danger.
Yeah.
And I don't like Trench Crusade does, because I mean, if you lose one of your guys on a 1 or 2 post game, you do lose them forever. But it's not like there's a whole lot assigned to them, you know. And like, you know, I do have my favorite, you know, mooks, and they have survived despite my best efforts to get rid of them. But the um, but at the end of the day, like in Necromunda, things just feel uniquely dangerous because in Trench Crusade, you're rarely one attack away from losing a guy. Whereas in Necromunda, that is the case usually early campaign and then late campaign.
Yeah, it's the campaign. It's the case when no one's got armor, and the case when everyone's got meltas.
Right.
Similar things happen.
Because ironically, no one gets to use their armor in
Right.
either case. So
yeah, that's. Oh, I mean, that's the arms race, right?
yeah. So it's always kind of like Necromunda has uniquely captured my imagination in that way of it just being that kind of game where it's you feel like your guys are in danger, and there's like there's stakes, like I don't want to lose my leader,
Right.
and you know I should probably bottle out.
Yeah.
And
discretion is the better part of valor, he screams, running.
Yep. So it's so that's, I mean, you know, just to speak to and Necromunda is nice because it exists in that kind of Games Workshop purgatory where the people who work on it kind of work on it when they want to work on it, and it gets updates when updates happen.
Yeah.
And it's not on the treadmill that the mainline games are on. Hopefully it stays that way. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I love 40K and I love Age of Sigmar, but I mean there is a certain amount of fatigue when it comes to that hobby treadmill.
Yeah, I don't have time for the treadmill as much anymore. That's one of the reasons I always end up not. I get to the end of the edition, I always kind of peter out.
Yeah,
it happened a lot faster.
That makes sense.
It happened a lot faster with both Age of Sigmar and 40K this edition.
Okay, good.
I have a difficult time explaining why. Part of that might just be life stuff, but
sure. That's, you know, that's a big thing that I always impress on players that play on our stuff is that, you know, life happens. Like, this is not we're grown-ups. This is not a commitment. Like,
yeah. Like, you and I still need to play our last Trench Crusade game, but I told you it's not happening until June.
Yep.
All right. So, do I go super bold and I make the gun casings also yellow?
Whew.
Not the whole gun.
I know the casing.
The casing
though,
at the front.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot, because if it doesn't look good, I can always paint gray over the yellow.
That's true.
Like, oh boo-hoo, you know?
Right.
Now, if you check the new data slate to see if my army exists anymore. Heresy's a nice middle ground because it doesn't have mid-edition rebalances, which helps me keep track.
Yeah.
Hey, nice 3 wounds. You have shame if I were to do 9 damage.
Shame if I were to have a last cutter.
Bleem.
All I remember is the last Necromunda campaign. My one champion with a Ironhead Melt-A-Gun that was just a unholy terror in our group.
I didn't play that one with you, apparently, thank God. The one I played before that, my Orlock leader had a Combi Bolter Melta.
Uh-huh.
And that just that ends like you think it will.
Yep.
Because, I'm gonna stay out of your range. Bap, 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 bap. I'm gonna be close range. Melt a shot. I'm gonna charge you in melee. Power pick to the face. It was just, yeah. And it was like 480 credits or something. Just, stupid.
Right.
But he took a plasma cannon shot to the face and kept going because he's got 3 wounds.
Yeah, my Ironhead Melta would either roll a 1 to hit, a 1 to wound, or I'd run out of ammo.
Or all three at once.
Or all three at once.
I saw that the first time you ever shot that at me was the last time you ever shot that at me, because he rolled 2 dice, or he rolled 2 hits, I think, and both of them were ones to wound, and then he ran out of ammo.
Oh.
And then the next turn, I killed him with a las gun shot or something like that. It was just
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started the campaign with that melt-a-gun, and I think he only got 2 kills the entire campaign. Whereas I bought a champ with, or not, I don't remember if it was a champ or just a regular ganger, with just a regular bolter. He got 3 kills his first game.
I will say in general, I don't have good luck with melt-a-guns because they're so short range. They're very hard to use and very easy to play around.
Sure.
Unless you have a ton of threat saturation, which squats are not good at.
Nope, they are not.
Threat saturation is my favorite type of gameplay. It's that's how I play guard, right? None of these are the big thing, but there's about 14 things that are very dangerous, and you're not going to get all of them. Squats cannot do that.
Nope, they cannot. Everything we have is expensive.
And I don't know if you can do that with a melt-a-gun in general, because they're so expensive.
True. Can't decide if this should be a dirty bandage on his arm or leather straps.
Dirty bandage. With green pus leaking out.
Huh, all right.
Turnip.
Turnip. But he's a toady though. He's higher ranking.
Fine, purple pus.
Okay, fair enough.
No, blue, because he's a blue blood.
Ha!
The color of royal pus.
The color, the purple royal cocaine of the last king.
Okay, they don't have birds, but they still have cocaine.
No, I'm making a Disco Elysium reference.
No.
Yeah.
Also, they probably have ground up root powder cane.
I'm sure there's some kind of analog. Look, there's pigs that are root vegetables that run around, so they've got to have drugs. The root vegetable itself is a drug.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Fair enough.
God, the flipping detail on these. They modeled his finger coming through the trigger guard on the other side.
Gotta hit that. I think this is leather. Yeah, back to talk about Turnip. The cavalry are bastards. That's the unit name.
And the lore of them does say that after they charge, they turn around and look for approval from Dad, who is always the snob. And Dad never gives it to them. Well, they're not always bastards, because there's also whelps.
That's right. There's the whelps. The whelps are the light cav.
Yeah, and then bastards are your heavy cav.
Yep. But it's fun. I remember probably one of the first games that me and Josh played of Turnip was because the dice rolls needed are so high. You don't know what's going to happen at any time that you do something.
Yeah.
So, I would have the basic unit in the game is fodder, and it's just 12 dudes that all hit on 6s.
It's bodies, yeah.
But I remember volley firing into one of Josh's. It was your chaff.
Yeah.
Which is your snipers, and killing 3 of them.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be hard to kill.
Yeah.
Which specifically, you had to roll a 7 to hit them, which in Turnip means you have to roll a 6 and then roll a hit again.
A 4.
Yeah.
So, which is one of those things that's you can just not take it seriously because it's just yep, that happened. All right. Goof away. I can't decide. He has a pin in his hat, but I can't decide if that's if that should be a carrot. It should be a carrot.
Let's say, it sounds to me like you've already gotten your answer. I don't know why you're asking.
Yeah, I don't know. That's part of why we do this on stream, Josh.
Some mollusks have pink blood. Crustaceans actually do have blue blood. Yes, they do. Could you hazard?
Crustaceans. I didn't know about the mollusks.
Could you hazard stripes the gun case? Could I? Yes. Am I going to? No.
Well, that would look really good, though.
Maybe I'll try it.
If I do hazard stripes on the gun case, I'm not doing hazard stripes on the tubes because that's too much hazard stripes.
I would agree with that.
Like, there is a saturation issue there, you know?
You can only have so many hazard stripes.
Right. Unless you're Iron Warriors. But even then, they only put it in the right spots.
Right. Disadvantage.
Color should I make my Zote armor?
Your Zote what? Zote what?
Zote armor.
Yeah, Zote armor.
Well, your Zote's blue, right?
No, it's green.
Oh, green. Okay. I mean, purple works very well for a reason.
You could do metallic with a purple tint. Like do a purple wash or purple glaze. And that might make it look metallic without making it look ceramic.
Right. Look at that shot. Start with gunmetal.
The glaze.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do.
The glaze, formerly known as purple.
Sorry, I think that's too much of a deep cut reference.
I know what you're referencing. I'm just not acknowledging it.
Well, so it wasn't what I was actually referencing because, like, yeah, it was Prince is the purple rain, and then the rain formerly known as purple. But what I'm specifically referencing is on the video game Risk of Rain 2. There is, first off, which has a banger soundtrack. One of the tracks is the rain formerly known as purple.
Oh, okay.
And it is
I haven't played that.
I don't know if it's worth playing now because it got bought out by a company and they kind of like add a bunch of crap and microtransactions.
Okay.
But if you find the Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack, it is an amazing soundtrack, very cool. And maybe
Speaking of game soundtracks, I just started playing Mechanicus 2, and that soundtrack, the first Mechanicus had a great soundtrack. This one keeps it up.
Wait, Mechanicus 2 is out?
Yes.
Oh my god, I didn't even know. I need to buy that.
Yep.
And play it because I love Mechanicus.
It was a great game.
Not a perfect game. Gets a little old
No.
by the end, but very good game.
I like it because the Votan are in this.
Oh, are they enemies in this one?
I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay, that's an even better answer.
Also, Rogue Core is out on early access, Cody, and
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet. I was going to ask you about that.
it's really fun. It does not feel like an early access game. I mean, there's a couple things. There's a couple noticeable bugs, but I can tell that it's like went through quite a bit of development before hitting early access.
Is that the Deep Rock Galactic?
Yep, it's not a sequel. It's a spin-off, but it's a roguelike, and the story behind it is that the mine. So in Deep Rock Galactic, you're mining and whatnot, and so after those initial mines are established, then like they set up the dwarves set up bigger mining operations, like permanent structures inside the mines and whatnot. And there's something that happened with the core, and so all of them, they've lost communication with all of the established mines on Hoxus, and so now they've hired mercenaries to come in and reclaim the cores, reclaim the mines, and which is such a dwarven story. It's really neat.
Sure.
It's really neat because you get to so like in Deep Rock Galactic, like all of your weapons are kind of jerry-rigged and like only half approved by the company and whatnot, especially as you start adding modifications and everything. And it's really neat to see what it looks like when like they send in like a proper like military force to do something. Like, oh, they have real equipment, and
Interesting.
I never played Deep Rock. I never
in
got
Deep
around
Rock,
to it.
you really feel like you're a miner first and a bug killer second.
Yeah, because all your traversal gear is like designed to get you to the minerals,
Right.
and I would highly recommend, Josh, that you pick up Deep Rock Galactic because it is a great time.
I own it. I just never got around to
you
playing
do?
it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I got it from a Humble Bundle. I don't know, 6 years ago. Like,
That sounds about right with Humble Bundle.
yep.
I don't have a ton of hours on it, but the hours I do, just super enjoyed it. It's just one of those games like a lot of my friends would pick up. We'd play it for like one session, and then we wouldn't play it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Even though I really wanted to.
Oh, there's an idea. Deep red armor on the Zote, like Rex from Mass Effect.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was thinking red. That was a good one
kind
too.
of red with semi-metallics, like metallics on the edges, like Rex had. Yeah. Shepard.
Yeah.
Shepard.
Josh in stream
Jumps on Steam. Now, I refuse to call my minis pile a pile of shame because I'm not ashamed of it. My Steam library, on the other hand, yeah. It's a Steam library of shame. Like,
Yeah,
I am absolutely
right there with you.
ashamed of it. And not just because one time I forgot to unsubscribe to Humble Monthly and ended up with a bunch of hentai games. They're not, like, outright hentai games because they're from before that, but they're, like, they're all anime girls in bikinis, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. And there's, like, 20 of them!
Yeah, that's currently a pretty big plague on Steam right now.
Well, now it's AI-generated hentai ladies is just...
Right.
It's as soon as you go past, like, the front page, it's like everything. Because you can just churn them out and throw them up for $2, and...
There's no checks and balances at all.
And you can't block by tags, so you can't block the AI tag.
You can block the adult.
Yes, you can.
So.
Well,
the joke, Cody, is that I don't want to block the adult tag. I just want to block the AI tag.
Yeah, he doesn't want AI-generated pornography.
I prefer an
real thing.
artisanal, handmade... I'm not finishing that sentence. I'm not... Okay, wait. If they didn't use their hands, why should I?
Jesus.
Technology has an answer for that, actually. But hey, all right. Anyway.
Oh God, I don't even know what you're referencing, and I don't want to think about it. Message me after the stream.
My algorithm has problems.
Yeah, earlier today you were listing us, not Temu, Alibaba pet incinerators. Which hopefully is not what you're referring to in that sentence.
No.
Although that is where I think all the AI anime ladies should be put, is in the Temu pet incinerator, which I'm not going to call the Temu pet incinerator, even though it was very clearly Alibaba.
Look, I have no
Basically
idea why
thing.
I have no idea why my algorithm decided to serve that up to me, but I'm glad it did. Look, the golden retriever, someone didn't have to make that art.
Yeah.
That art did not have to exist.
Uh,
And to let the viewers know what's going on, there is indeed art if you search for pet incinerators on Alibaba, which I don't recommend.
No.
I don't know what it's going to do to your search algorithm. But there is one that advertises itself, and there's a Photoshop picture of a golden retriever just kind of laying down. It's clearly not dead.
No.
But with like Photoshop flames on it, like going into the incinerator. It is awful.
Yeah, it's like someone had to, like, that wasn't AI generated is what gets me.
Right. Someone made that. And then someone said that's okay.
Well, that part doesn't shock me because it is Alibaba. It is literally just, like, you know.
Yeah, that's I guess, but like I don't know, like I want to think like someone somewhere like looks at that, like because someone had to put work into it. Like Photoshop I did Photoshop professionally for 19 years. I know what work went in. Like it wasn't a ton of work, but I know it was not an insignificant amount of work that went into that Photoshop.
It was not something I would do in MS Paint.
Right. And so like there was work that went into it, but for what purpose? Like it says pet incinerator. I know what that means.
Right. Like
I don't need an illustration. and not to mention the illustration of the inside of how the thing works and like the inner workings of it. And there's a dog just sitting up inside the incinerator. Like,
if you need that described to you, you shouldn't be allowed to buy one. Like,
oh god, I gotta read the comments. Okay, DRG is just solid bros and bug stomping with lots of amusing hats and such all the time. Yeah, the monetization seemed very non-predatory.
it is not. Yeah.
Speaking of early access games, I'm playing Menace. That's a great game. Duke Missy says Menace is great. I don't know what Menace is.
Never heard of that.
Algorithm decided to simultaneously serve me up a recommendation for very risque dress and Ukrainian standard body armor. I mean, I think that's just a message from God.
God, at that point, like, I believe that's how you
I feel
get.
like they're trying to cosplay the Steam games, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. I stay very far away from any of that kind of online algorithm stuff. I don't need to see war footage.
No, my algorithm doesn't serve up the normal weird, like, awful stuff. It serves up the somehow not worse, but also worse stuff. Like the pet incinerator.
I'm gonna change their role to on Discord the pet incinerator.
Oh, you're going to have an angry mob after me because there are people that would see that and get real strong feelings about that title.
That's very true. So,
To be fair, and I want to say it publicly right now. I love animals. I love my cats. I've loved all of my dogs that I've had throughout my life. I love animals. Okay, so if Josh gives me that title,
well, and that's what really upsets me about that is like, you would buy that because you ran a cremation service, basically. Like, you would only buy that if you were a veterinarian or I guess maybe a shelter, but the animal would never go in alive. That is literally illegal. Like, if you got caught doing that, even in places that don't have a lot of laws, you would go to prison. For very good reason.
Right.
It is literally cruel and unusual. So the fact that they didn't, like, I guess, and this is a great example of, it's like when people have to say really stupid things to avoid talking about sensitive topics on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have to say, well, he unalived himself or something like that.
Right.
Like,
right.
we made, we referenced a game mechanic in Necromunda, and YouTube was like, pinged us for it. Because I said that. It's like that, showing a dead animal, even if it was like a drawn animal that was dead, is such a faux pas that it is less upsetting to the algorithm to show a live animal being put into an incinerator. Which is about the best way you can sum up algorithmic content watching.
Yeah. I didn't think of it at that angle, but I guess you're right.
Like, you can't, because of something being dead in an advertising copy, which, as I'm sure you know somebody who worked in marketing, you would never ever, you don't ever put something dead in advertising, right? If you're selling funeral services, you don't ever show a dead person.
No.
But, like, God, it is so, people use this word a lot, but dystopian.
Yeah.
If you're a vet, why are you buying it on the cuff from Temu?
That's a different question. I have, as somebody who works in this field, without going too much into my work, the answer to that is that being a vet is a bit like being a doctor, depending on where you are. You can just open your own practice. And yes, there are supposed to be laws and people who oversee you. But if there's nobody doing that, or if you're unscrupulous, there's a lot of things you can do to cut corners. And when you're dealing with animals, the scrupulation is a lot less than dealing with people. There's kind of a reason there's a stereotype of people who bomb out of being human doctors going to animal doctors. Those people aren't good animal doctors, but they exist. It's because the standards, not the standards aren't lower, but like if something goes wrong,
The consequences.
Yeah, you can just kind of pack up and move somewhere else. Or you just don't have to pack up. Like, if you can hide the consequences or just ignore the bad press, you can just keep going. I am not shocked there are animal incinerators on Alibaba. I am also not shocked if I learned that there were people who were buying them there. Which is depressing. because Fido deserves better. Anyway.
Yeah. So it's that was my morning anyway, guys.
Yeah.
I'm happy I got to share that with you.
Now, when you say the algorithm, like, were you on Alibaba or just?
No, I was actually on Instagram going through my reels, and that came up as an advertisement.
God.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that says about me.
Nothing, because Instagram just is a tire fire of algorithmic content.
I think my algorithm is just trying really hard to find something to latch onto for me.
That is what happens with Instagram. If you shut down enough things, it just gives up, and this just starts serving you the most random crap you've ever heard of. It's like, well,
I want
fine.
I want to talk to it and tell it, like, hey man, just show me Warhammer. You keep showing me Warhammer, I'm gonna be all right.
Like, there's a not. I'll spend time on the site if you show me the what did Cody call it, the Fluffy Roaster 5000? Like,
right.
If you show me that, I'm gonna shut down the app.
But here's the thing: is that I did the opposite thing that I should have done.
You clicked through.
And I engaged with it. So now it thinks that I want a pet incinerator. So that's the advertisements I'm going to get now.
Spudgy says, I've always assumed they became dentists. Being a dentist is actually
harder than being a general practitioner. Being a dentist is rough. Like a full actual dentist. Like,
interesting.
It's hard. Like, because part of the reason why is because there's so much cosmetic that goes into teeth repair.
Oh.
If you screw up, people know. You can't.
That is a good point.
You can't move to a small town and be someone's dentist and do a bad job because people will just stop going to you, right?
Yeah.
However, we've all seen Little Shop of Horrors, so.
I have a cavity filling tomorrow.
And I'm sure your dentist is very competent and going to do a great job, because bad dentists don't usually last very long. Usually. You'll be a dentist.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that, but I guess that does make a lot of sense when you spell it out.
This is all what I've heard from people who work in those fields. I do not have direct experience. I'm not a dentist, or a doctor, or a veterinarian.
Good.
Yeah, I wouldn't last long.
Monetization is... so it's all a cosmetic set, yeah. Maybe you're just incinerating polyethylene. Yeah. If you're, no, I've luckily never seen a dead person in an ad. Then there was the burn body from Half-Life 2 is just a real fine scanned in.
That's a different discussion. Don't look up what the Last of Us 2 devs had to go through to make that game.
I heard about that.
Yeah, like having to actually look up.
So it's interesting. So like too much personal information. Not that I've seen a bunch of dead bodies, but I can legally talk about so my wife originally studied. She wanted to go into forensics. That was her first field of study when she went to grad school, and part of that program was attending autopsies of crime victims.
Yeah, well, that would be it, and that would be where I left.
Yep. And so yeah, she told me about that, and that was I was like, I have a pretty strong stomach, but I'm pretty sure that's not something I would want to deal with.
I'm sorry, I have to read out
the $8,000 horse obliterator.
That's what they called me in college. Yeah. Well, luckily in my line of work, I should not ever have to see a dead body. At least not of a person. And it is kind of, this is where we talk about now that we are all playing games where there's constant death and violence. But I think that's kind of it's not the same, right? Like,
I remember growing up as a young man, and my mama had a lot of concerns about me playing video games.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep. Oh, I remember some screaming matches between me and my folks about my interests and like, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be a school shooter, and
Yeah, because Jack
and
Thompson was about that time was running around and
yeah, it was. Yep, that's exactly what it was. And so I'm like, okay, and that was I remember it wasn't quite as bad as the Satanic Panic of the late 70s, 80s, but I remember, like, the post Columbine era, and that
yeah,
when kids that spent a lot of time with video games were suddenly really maligned.
yeah, because they ignored the fact that all those kids drew Nazi stuff in their notebooks instead.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe the world should play more Wolfenstein, if you catch my drift.
Right. Actually, I started replaying the new Colossus not too long ago.
I never played that one. I played Wolfenstein 1, and while I did enjoy playing it, I was not in a hurry to play 2.
New Colossus is really, really good. The gunplay, I mean, the mechanics, it does a really good job of like changing up mechanics throughout the game, which is something that I did not initially expect. I mean, I played it years ago, but it's something I did not initially expect, and it does a pretty good job of like kind of changing up the flavor of the game periodically, and which is nice. And it's a schlocky story, but it's
Yeah, it always has been.
Yeah.
This is a game that ended with fighting Mecha Hitler.
Right.
To be fair, Spud, if I had a +2 dagger to flame, I might vote for you.
I mean, that's a very good point. Like, if I had a flaming dagger, like, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs.
That being said,
Kevin, I'm kind of disappointed in you. I mean, have you tried talking to the Nazis in the game? You tried resolving your conflicts non-violently?
I skipped that part of the tutorial, so
Shame.
didn't really get to engage that gameplay mechanic. Because that new Colossus is also the one where the KKK shows up.
Yes.
And
anybody seen Sinners? No reason. If you haven't seen Sinners, by the way, it is a fantastic movie.
It is. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And also one of the best, like, gun porn moments in recent cinema.
True.
When he pulls the Thompson and the BAR out, is like, oh, yeah. You feel like a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Everybody can have a gun, but I have a flaming dagger. They say don't bring a regular knife to a gunfight. They don't say a fire dagger.
Yeah. I mean, if you pulled a flaming dagger out, I might be distracted long enough to not shoot you. Be like, what the hell? Ah!
Exactly.
And then who's gonna believe me when I say I was stabbed by a flaming knife?
I mean, I guess it would depend on the wound and who is treating you.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Why is this cauterized?" And they're gonna be like, and Cody's gonna be like,
do I have a story for you?"
Cody's gonna be like, "I got the superheated Saturnine knife from Fallout New Vegas."
Oh, New Vegas. Such a good game.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Yep, it's still a firearm. It counts.
Oh, see, that's worse then, because then it's still legally regulated by the ATF.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta get a Form 1 for your...
Yeah, but again, when they get an anonymous tip, they're going to be like, some schmuck on the phone is saying that somebody has a dagger that has fire.
They're probably just going to raid that person's house because they have mushrooms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, drugs are a far more dangerous threat to American society.
That's what I was taught in DARE.
Yeah. Drugs and pirating music.
Oh, would you download a car?
Don't
I just downloaded Forza Horizon. I've downloaded several cars this week, Kevin.
Don't download this song, or you might wind up in jail like Tommy Chong. Go and buy the CD. Reminder, that song was only released as a free download. Also, when it was played on MTV, they made Weird Al censor the names of the file sharing sites at the beginning of the song.
That's funny.
So he did it in the most loud and obnoxious way possible.
Of course.
So it's like these incredibly loud beep, like every time he says one, and it's just like, you morons. Why would you tell Weird Al that and not understand what's about to happen?
Right.
Like, this road leads one way.
Like, you of all people should know what this is going to lead to.
And then again, I guess that was the early 2000s when MTV was starting to not be led by anybody who knew anything.
That's true.
You know what we need less of? Music. You know what we need more of? Reality television starring Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
And Pimp My Ride.
Man. So, you bring up Pimp My Ride. I have seen, not too far long ago, people that have found abandoned Pimp My Ride vehicles.
Yep.
And, like, figured out and, like, found the value of them, and it's, like, less than $800.
Well, now...
Like, they just destroyed
one of them
these
was
vehicles.
like in a straight junkyard.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, cars do not hold value.
No, they don't. I very well aware of that.
But
it's still hilarious that basically they destroyed these cars, and I mean, and they were like, I remember, watching a Pimp My Ride episode where they made they put a donut factory in the back of a cop car.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, great joke, but like that's. God, imagine getting in a car accident and the hot oil just like
hot oil just
fills the front of the. Ah!
Now there's a car for wacky racers.
The donut mobile. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a mono wheel.
Oh.
Okay, sorry, I have to call it this. Budgie says, I hope you don't mind me ripping on US sometimes.
No, please, no.
For such, I'm a massive patriot. I was invited. I'm not gonna go there. Too far.
Okay. You're going too far down the rabbit hole.
Too far down the rabbit hole. Look, every country needs to be made fun of. That's just, like, every single country on the planet needs to be made fun of.
The court jesters exist for a reason.
Governments aren't people.
Nope.
Make a dagger out of cesium, explodes in contact with water,
And you have water in you, therefore.
There we see. Now we're
Now,
thinking.
cesium in its pure form is an incredibly soft metal, so it would actually just kind of squish against you.
So it'd have to be an alloy.
Yes, and the problem is if you alloyed it into something you could maintain sharpness on, I'm pretty sure it would no longer explosively detonate in contact with water. You need very pure cesium in like a lab environment, because otherwise the moisture in the air causes it to oxidize.
See, this is why
That's
having
why
a
you
smart
just have a
person on
super
is no
soaker
fun.
in your other hand.
So you give them
All right,
the brick of
see?
cesium, and then you spray them.
Hey, hold this for a second.
Here, I need you to grab this. I'm going to run 5 feet that way.
And 70% of them will blow up.
But only 70%.
Yeah, that's the percent of water. I don't remember.
Wacky Reese's, but it's all vehicles from Simpsons Hit and Run.
I need to find a copy of that. I had Simpsons Hit and Run on the PlayStation 2, and I remember it being very fun.
It's one of those cult classic games that is consistently well regarded.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as a kid, and I did not watch The Simpsons as a kid. I still don't really watch The Simpsons. I'm aware of it through cultural osmosis.
Right.
But I don't, I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've sat down and watched a Simpsons episode. Because I also did not grow up with much TV.
We didn't have cable, so Simpsons was on a lot.
Yep, because you had Fox. Fox was the edgy channel.
Yeah. The
King
Sims.
of the Hill.
King of the Hill is a going back and watching, because I probably a couple years back I went back and watched quite a few of the King of the Hill episodes, and because it's both been on ago. Yep, and that is a damn good show.
Yes, I like it for a much different reason now than when I was a kid.
Right.
I mean, I guess as a kid I didn't know if I even really liked it. Again, it was just we didn't have cable, so I kind of watched what was on sometimes, but I did not understand the irony that was King of the Hill.
Right.
I just remember many specific moments of being like, wow, Peggy is not a nice person. Why do people keep putting up with her?
Right.
And then now as an adult, I'm like, oh, that was the joke.
Yep. Yeah, it's a real good show. Like, and I know it was well regarded at the time it was out too, but just like going back and watching it through the eyes of a 40, well, at the time I was probably like 38 or whatever, as an adult, like a full-fledged real adult, it was interesting. It was how differently I see that show.
And that's another one where the memes have just, become, very mimetic.
Yep.
It was basically GTA that your parents were okay with you playing. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. There's enough moisture on its skin to still explode. And then,
cesium hydrochloride, which is an incredibly dangerous acid. Not as bad as hydrofluoric acid, though. That's the one that you don't even know has got you because it just goes directly through your skin and then melts your bones.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Well,
Needing to get rid of that spooky skeleton inside me.
Pretty much.
You do not need your skeleton. It is overrated. Give me your bones.
Yeah, allow me to eat your bones, please.
Oh yeah, Futurama will always be a classic.
I mean, yeah. I just realized
I haven't watched the new ones yet though, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
Yeah, I haven't either. That definitely hit at that show hit at just the right time, and it's still good going back and watching it now. Like, it's just one of those shows.
Yeah, that's another one I revisit every so often.
Mud on this base, because everything's squelchy in Turnip.
Oh yeah, you're only allowed to do one kind of base in Turnip.
Yep.
And that base is mud. So here's the thing: if I don't end up doing yellow, I could do just the burgundy for the guns too. It actually kind of works. But it is it is a tertiary color that I probably don't need.
Fluorine is an absolutely horrific element. Yes, it is. As a kid, my dad found me running over people in GTA. Went back to Blockbuster. Thank God he can't see what my RimWorld color is up to.
Well, yeah, RimWorld is just a human. RimWorld. I never played RimWorld, but my understanding it is just human rights violation simulator. I mean, who?
My parents didn't like GTA either, but they didn't see me dropping people into lakes and roller coaster tycoon.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Let's, who among us did not play The Sims and then put someone in the pool and then remove the ladder?
Literally, if you did not, you were not playing The Sims correctly.
Right.
The Sims is a nightmare.
It
is a fresh nightmare to see how every single person plays The Sims, because it's a different nightmare in every single one's playthrough.
The Sims is a light sociopathy simulator.
Like, you can do some pretty awful stuff in The Sims. Like, nothing outwardly, I guess removing the ladder is probably the worst thing because your sim is so stupid. But you can do stuff in The Sims that's just, it's wrong, but it's not heinous.
Yeah, it's just wrong. It's the kind of stuff that would be used as a vignette in Resident Evil 7 to show how badly this family had gotten. but wasn't one of just the murders, you know?
Oh,
Like there was one I seen where they made the house just a giant spiral, and like inside the spiral was just a tiny living space, but it took the sim like 14 hours, like in-game time, to walk from the front door to the tiny living space because it was just a giant spiral.
Pretty sure that's a nightmare I've
That kind of
had.
stuff. Yeah. Didn't kill the sim, but the sim was not happy.
just have to wait for this water effect to dry, and then I will have my Toph and 2 toadies done.
There you go. Stop making me want to drop what I'm doing and paint mine.
I'm not well versed in chemistry.
I am not.
Nor am
So I
I.
don't know what most of that means.
That's a Cheryl question.
Well, okay, so
Fluorine is an element. It is
Professor.
the basis of fluoride, which is good for your teeth.
Yes.
But by itself, it's not good.
That's what the CIA is using to control my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Noble gases are all the stuff in the very, very, very far right of the of the periodic table, and they're called noble because they don't react with anything. So, helium, argon, krypton, xenon, neon, and radon. I think no, radon is not a noble gas. Radon kills you. I already said I don't remember. Anyway, noble gases don't really react with anything. But however, if you pressurize them to like 200 atmospheres of pressure, which is like the bottom of the Marianas Trench, and then inject fluorine into them, they will react with that and create xenon hexafluoride, which doesn't do anything except kill you.
It has no other use besides killing.
And it's basically a theoretical substance because the moment it gets out of pressure, it ceases to exist.
So you can only use it to assassinate somebody who's working deep ocean oil pipelines.
Yeah. Seems like there's way easier ways to do that.
It's a very specific Hitman mission.
Agent 47. We need you to kill this man. Where is he? The bottom of the Marianas Trench. What? I need you to kill James Cameron and make it look like an accident.
It's the Hitman mission. That's the Byford Dolphin.
Did you guys ever see?
Don't look that up.
Yeah. Did you guys see that thing where when the whole what was it, Titan Gate?
Yes.
The submarine thing, and they interviewed an anonymous expert, and the opening line of the interview is, "So I'm sure you're familiar with my movie Titanic."
Oh God.
Because James Cameron's a leading expert in deep sea oceanography and like exploration.
Yeah.
So they interviewed him, but because it's a criminal trial, they had to make it anonymous. But they didn't do a very good job. Also, his takeaway, James Cameron's, was a bunch of flippin' amateurs. And they were like, oh, was the submersible well built? He's like, it didn't matter. They left it out in the winter in Michigan.
You know, that's just one of those times where like your hyperfixation came in handy.
Yeah.
Once.
I mean, it also came in handy when he was like, exploring the actual Titanic, I guess.
Well, okay, fine.
And I think he has set the world record for deepest solo dive in a bathysphere or in a device.
They don't call them bathyspheres anymore.
No, actually, they might.
I don't know. I'm sure chat will correct us. There appears to be a lot smarter people in there than us. So.
Well, at the very least, they have the internet and not paintbrushes in their hands.
That's true.
Look, we're only like 10 streams in. We can't have an antagonistic relationship with chat yet.
I was complimenting chat.
wasn't built well yet. It was so cheap. No, yeah. Mr. 47 walking in with a
We're
single.
gonna be one of those channels where we just abuse our chat and our chat abuses us back.
Hey, it works for some people. Radon is a noble gas. Okay, I thought it was, but it does kill you via
Radiation, yes. It's a noble gas that decays into... Oh, God. Does radon decay into a different noble gas, or does it decay into something else?
I think it's an isotope. It's an isotope of radon. That's
right. Okay, so it decays into stable radon.
Yeah.
But in our Earth's crust, it's not the stable isotope. It's a non-stable isotope of radon, which eventually becomes normal radon. What's the joke about radiation?
I'm here just like, oh yeah, I don't know that much about chemistry.
Shut
Uses
up.
words like isotope.
Oh, come on.
Look, I pay attention to what my wife says every now and again, so...
Smart man. Yeah, especially when she's telling you to buy more Cogports.
I did follow that direction.
Wake up, honey. It's time to buy Cogports. Okay.
Oh, that was a big bill to swallow.
What's the joke about radiation? Contrary to what, people call rock aura therapy quackery, but that's not true. Rocks sometimes do have auras. Unfortunately, that aura is radiation.
Reminds me of the story of the Demon Core.
Yeah, oh god. Story of how the smartest people in the world can be some of the dumbest people in the world.
Wasn't it just held by a screwdriver?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, and the big thing is that, like, what doesn't get told, and the reason why it doesn't get told is because it makes them look bad, is it's not like it was held by a screwdriver as a cost-saving measure or a laziness thing. It's because he was doing it as a party trick. That was the point, was he liked using that to show off how, oh, this is super dangerous. If I moved a screwdriver, oh god, the screwdriver moved. And then he was dead a week later, right? Like the guy was an incredibly cocky, overconfident guy, and he died and killed someone else too because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, on the subject of radiation, are you familiar with the tale?
Killed several people.
Yeah, because he died, and then he absorbed most of the radiation. But one other person, the person he was that was visiting that he was showing it to, also received a lethal dose. And then the other people died young from cancer. Not then and there, but eventually. Relatedly, are you familiar with the story of The Conqueror? The John Wayne movie?
No.
So first off,
I am not.
it's a funny story in the first case, because it was John Wayne's, his white whale role that he always wanted to play. John Wayne, cowboy man, wanted to be Genghis Khan.
Oh.
So he finally, later, not too late in his life, he was still acting, bankrolled The Conqueror, which is where Genghis Khan, or where John Wayne, playing slightly skin-darkening makeup, which, it was the 60s and 70s, different time. Not good, but, different time.
It was the fashion at the time.
Yeah. Skin-darkening makeup and eye prosthetics, but not, like, doing any kind of accent. It's just like, I'm the barbarian king, Genghis Khan, Pilgrim. So, terrible movie, terribly cast, right? For some reason, he just wanted to be the Genghis Khan. Well, it was filmed about 120 miles downwind at the Nevada testing site.
Oh.
The United States government told them it was completely safe. It was not. Over half of the cast and crew of The Conqueror died of cancer. Because of exposure to the radiation. Because not only did they film at that location about 120 miles downwind, when it came time to do pickup shots back at Hollywood, they trucked in the dirt from that site to make sure it all matched.
Oh no!
Yeah, so John Wayne himself died of lung cancer, although in his case it was also probably accelerated by the fact he smoked like a chimney.
Right.
And then, like half the cast and crew got cancer and died after that production. And that had a lot of stars into it. It had Pedro Almodóvar, who was an incredibly prolific actor that most people would probably know from Russia with Love. Mm-hmm. He's Karim Bey, the really cool Bond guy in Karim Bey, or in From Russia with Love. That was his last movie because he was dying of stomach cancer from being in The Conqueror.
Yeah.
So it's a really depressing story. And this was like the 60s. I think it was like late 50s, early 60s, because Russia with Love was 62. Or 63, I can't remember. But like the United States government absolutely knew it was not safe. They just, I don't know why they lied. I guess because it was the early 60s and they were trying to not have, that was when you started to see the backlash against nuclear testing.
Right.
And they didn't want that. So they just said, yeah, you can film here. No NBD, bro. It was not NBD.
In fact, was not.
Yeah, all that dust gets in your lungs. Yeah, so a bunch of people died of stomach cancer. Yeah. I mean, Genghis Khan himself is a
Very bleak story, as well, both of what he did to the world and what the world did to him eventually.
Yep, Cornwall is the most radioactive country counting the UK. I've heard that before. Radon's a big problem there. Slowly produced through decay of heavily unmelting granite. Okay. Yeah. Smart people are very dumb as an academic. Yeah. I heard about the guy who tried to classify all the elements by taste. Didn't he eat uranium salts and survive?
And say that...
I don't recall that story.
There was a guy who... there was a different guy who accidentally ingested uranium salts, which is not pure uranium. But he said it tasted like sour candy. He survived. He ended up dying at like 90-something. But he could never enter a lab again because his breath was always radioactive.
Oh, God.
Very slightly. Not enough to be dangerous. But he couldn't work in the field because he would set off radiation alarms.
Is that as close as we get to a
Sounds like
superhero?
Probably.
That's what I was just about to say. That sounds like a good start to a superhero movie.
Yeah, he said it tasted like sour candy. But he didn't swallow. Right. He didn't swallow it. He, got it in his mouth and he was like, "Oh God." Yeah.
Licking some spicy rocks. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard that paleontologists tell the difference between rocks and fossils by taste.
I have heard that, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Or it might not be taste. It might be the texture of the rock or something like that.
Well, I know that. So I have a friend that is a geologist, and he has told me in the past that how part of how they do determine differences between minerals that they find in the field and study is by taste.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
So, yeah.
Uranium isn't that radioactive. Yeah, I know, like, orders of magnitude, yes, but on the other hand...
It's one of those things where it kind of just carries that stigma regardless of whether or not, like, because there's all different types of uranium and plutonium and whatnot, and they all have...
Right, there's uranium and there's, like, uranium, 232? Or whatever it is.
Yeah,
the one
it's
isotope.
one of those isotopes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, man, this has been a really educational stream today.
Yeah, we've learned
learned
about everything from uranium to Steam hentai games to Temu pet incinerators to...
Look, it's...
Huh.
Cody's just like, my life, what am I doing here?
Cody has logged
on
off.
a completely unrelated note, I actually have to leave.
It is 8:50, yes.
Oh, weird. Oh, I have to leave. Oh, that's so strange.
Before Kevin orders more vet equipment.
Yeah, so that video is Wednesday, right? Oh, God.
Cody, we need to set up the studio on Tuesday evening, just so you know.
I'm sorry. We put our Warhammer army in the pet incinerator.
And then we accidentally burned down our studio.
That's the follow-up
from Alibaba.
That's the follow-up video. All right, I will buy a round of drinks for the first person to pretend that's serious and bring it up to Mark.
Oh.
Hey Mark, we need this for don't say anything. Just say, "Hey Mark, we need this for a video," and link that to him. I just want to see what he says.
I bet if I did it, he would seriously question what's going on.
I don't usually make jokes to Mark, so he might take me seriously.
Oh man, all right.
But I mean, I don't know. Can you even drink alcohol anymore, Kevin?
Yes, I can.
I wasn't sure.
I can.
Oh
I
my God,
can
we
drink
need to make a piece of terrain.
the pet incinerator.
Or lock dogs in it.
Well, I know what your Zone Mortalis tile is going to be, Cody.
Oh, yep.
That's what's in that vault you built.
The arbites. If a exotic pet goes anywhere within 3 inches of it, it dies.
Because it's got a magnet.
Yeah.
And they're all, cyber canines. No, it doesn't die. It's just subject to the blaze condition. We're all
well, anyway,
going to hell. Bye, Cody.
Bye, Cody.
I'll see you gentlemen later.
Maybe.
Bye, Chad.
Cody's gonna think long and hard about whether he wants to come back next week.
We need an editor. We can't lose him like this.
Oh, I'll message Cody. Okay, wait, now we need to mess with Mitchell by going, Cody, I'm very sorry about what I said. We promise not to have you build the pit incinerator. Oh, wait, Mitchell saw the chat, though, so he'll get the joke. Dang it, that won't work on him. Maybe we should link that in the chat to Mark.
Does it get? When are you gonna mail an Orlog dog in this? Oh, that's what Cody was reading. Cody's in the chat. Does it get fossilized like the dog in Futurama?
Oh.
Aw, poor dog. I'm not a dog person, but I like other people's dogs, so I like dogs when I don't have to take care of them.
Yeah. I don't have the time. I love dogs, and dogs love me, but I don't have the time for a dog.
Yeah, I don't. I need an animal that is okay just like leaving me being left alone for a long time, because I'm just not here all the time, and dogs do need lots of love and attention to be happy, you know.
Yep.
And I wouldn't get a dog and have it not be happy. So when someone else has a dog, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm all about finding the pupper whenever I go to someone's house.
We give them pets and throw a play fetch a bit, and then and then that's their problem.
Yeah, I usually prefer to socialize with the dog.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, that's just. And unlike cats,
Okay, that's a separate problem.
Yeah.
Well, and like, so it's funny because like my daughter really loves. We have cats at our house, and my daughter loves cats. Like our one cat James is like her best buddy, and she can pick him up and swing him around and like cuddle with him, like just arms around him and stuff like that. And this cat does not care, and he's a super good boy. He needs to live forever.
Yeah.
And then our other cat, Winston, is the exact opposite. He does not want you to touch him. He does not want you to look at him. He just wants to exist in the house without any interaction with any of the humans.
The great part is you love them both. Because that's cats.
I love them both exactly equally.
That's the cats for you. It's like, hello, cat who hates me. And he's like, I hate you, give me food. And you're like, aw, I love you too.
What a good boy.
Duke Moosey. Tonight on Rundown Gear, Josh put his hive scum in the pet incinerator. Cody drank the paint water, and Kevin huffed too much spray paint prepping his MDF terrain.
It did smell good. You know what? And I'm not even kidding around with when I say this. The Vallejo hobby paint smells like banana candy.
Okay, well, I'll let your wife know why you just don't come back from the store one day and just kind of.
I'm just in the back bathroom, just like spraying some Vallejo yellow paint at the wall, sniffing it.
Why does Kevin look like Jackie Chan at the end of Drunken Master 2? Well,
do I have a story for you? It smells like banana candy in here. I don't know what's going on.
Have you smelled this? Here, smell this paper bag.
Smell this rag, please.
Oh God, that's an entirely different connotation, sir.
I know, but it was there.
I know. You gotta go there. 3 cats, 2 dogs, 3 parrots, 5 ducks, and 10 chickens, and a partridge and a pear tree.
Cheryl loved ducks.
I hate ducks. Are so messy and gross. Like their poop is so much. I have to take
so much poop.
Well, yeah. I mean, birds don't control where they go, right? Like they physically do not have that part. And ducks just always are going. They're poop machines, and it's so gross, and it builds up, and it's gross, and I hate taking care of ducks. They're fluffy and cute, but I hate taking care of ducks so much, and I have to from my job. So.
Well, what about rabbits?
Unfortunately, also gross. Unfortunately, a lot of animals are kind of gross.
It didn't have to be the cute ones that are gross.
Especially the tasty ones is the problem.
The delicious animals are really gross.
There's an inverse law there.
The grosser the animal, the yummier it is.
I don't know if that's quite true.
Oh, well.
Thankfully.
But I've been avoiding some really tasty animals my whole life.
Yeah, it's like, well, the skunk must taste great.
I mean, it probably tastes like squirrel.
Which I don't. I've had squirrel once, and I do not enjoy it.
I mean, it's not great.
Like, if I was
Like,
starving, I'd eat it.
Right. It's not like a go-to. Like rodents in general just don't taste great.
The ducks are to eat the slugs because mom goes are getting flowers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Miniatures Rundown, sponsored by Acme Rehabilitation Clinics.
Would be the least ethical person we've got a sponsorship offer from and turned down. We've gotten
Not wrong.
I'm not even talking about the most recent one. We've got a few from a way back that were just like, first off, why? Second off, no.
Why are you looking at us? Weird.
Like, do we need to up our game on being less reprehensible people if you're contacting me? Because, like,
Right?
which, I mean, those kind of companies, they just shotgun everybody, you know?
Yeah, it's a shotgun approach to that marketing.
Like, they don't,
honestly.
it doesn't matter, because it costs them nothing, right? Or comparatively nothing. I don't...
Well, and, like smaller channels like ours are a really good target for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, because, like, a lot of people that are trying to really build their portfolio and whatnot are just like some people just take anything.
Right.
And
I don't think we've ever gotten an offer from Raid Shadow Legends. I don't think we have.
that's among the classier of
Oh, yeah.
spam. Yeah.
Like, at the end of the... Well, it is a very exploitative, microtransaction-ridden mobile game.
Oh yeah,
But-
it's
But it's still one of the classier things. But I don't think we've ever gotten an offer from Raid Shadow Legends, which is a shame, because
you
I'd
know
love to make
you
that joke.
made it as a channel if we got an offer from Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
And you know what? We could take that offer for a little bit and I'll make an ad.
I refuse.
We won't have that partnership for long, but I'll make it.
See, that's the problem is I've seen the behind the scenes on those contracts, and you can't do that.
Well,
That will cost you money.
well,
They'll get...
Thanks for ruining my fun.
I know, and that's what I mean, is like they'll get their pound of flesh, unfortunately.
This is why we have people that are more knowledgeable handling stuff like this, because
Or just incredibly
otherwise-
cynical.
but
Now,
yeah,
Army Painter, if you want to call us,
yeah. Army Painter, if you're listening, if you're watching the VOD,
I'm using Army Painter paints right now. They're great. But I do love them. And, you know, Pro Acryl. Love my monument stuff.
I really like Pro Acryl squeeze tubes. I really like those.
Oh, you know, I've got them right here. And I haven't played with them yet. I've got red, yellow, blue, and black.
The black is amazing. The white is amazing.
The what?
Specifically in the squeeze tube format.
Oh.
Because you can just you get as exactly the amount that you want, and
Oh, no, I don't
you
have black. I have Payne's Gray.
Oh, okay.
I've not even tried this yet. No, I've not even opened this yet. So they're just... I mean, well, this is opacity 0, so I have a feeling I'm not going to like that one.
Opacity. No, O is opaque.
Oh, O is opaque. Okay, good.
Yes. Yep.
So what is the yellow marked as?
It's probably SO or
SO, yes.
yeah.
And the red...
So it's semi-opaque.
The red is opaque. And the blue is SO as well. So yeah, I have red, blue, yellow, and... because I figured I'm not going to buy all these, so I'll buy the primaries. And then Payne's Gray, because Payne's Gray is just the perfect color.
Yeah, it's a really good color.
Oh, that's Cody talking. Tell us who's offering sponsors.
I won't, because it's not, you know... You're not really supposed to. I don't think anybody would get in trouble, but eh. Plus, none of them are interesting or really fun. Like, it's all just been weird crap. Like some like sketchy 3D print site. Like, okay, like, no, we look at your stuff and see it's a bunch of just stolen STLs. Like, well, we're not doing that. Yeah, it's nothing fun or exciting. Like, we've never been offered anything from, like, Raid Shadow Legends or BetterHelp or Manscaped or anything like that.
Or Mystery Mansions. Or...
Oh! Yeah! I don't think we've ever been offered any of the video games or anything like that, which it makes sense because that's not our channel.
Look, I could make a wicked Mystery Mansions ad for you guys. Just letting you know.
But only once, because you're not gonna want a second one.
How long before the pet incinerator sponsorship?
Well, you know what? I don't know. Depends on if Cody actually makes the pet incinerator tile. We're trying not to upset a bunch of people at once.
Because here's the thing, that's gonna be a deep cut inside joke, and like someone tuning in for the first time when we like unveil the our first bat rep on the Zone Mortalis, and like, oh, here's the pet incinerator tile, and then it's like that's gonna turn someone off.
Right, and yeah, it's not even, unfortunately, it's not even that. What they would do is go, oh, so they're that kind of weird Warhammer edgelord.
Right.
Which
is not our angle.
Which will drive away the people we do like and attract the people we really would rather not talk to.
That's a really excellent point.
Let me tell you about the custom lore for my corpse grinder cults.
Ooh, let's not.
They're all named after different victims of Jeffrey Dahmer. You're like, okay, which I'm sure that someone out there has done, because that's like low-hanging fruit, right?
Yeah.
And like
it's as low-hanging fruit as, theming your deathcore after a certain painter's legacy.
I think that one's different. Like, those are different kinds of differently bad. One of them is like, when you start getting to like political low-hanging fruit, that's a whole different.
I think there's a Venn diagram that
there absolutely is, but I think that's different from we all know the people who are weird about serial killers, right? Like, that's a different kind of okay, hey, Mr. Teacher, please don't put me next to Johnny anymore. He won't stop showing me pictures on his iPad.
All right, well, it is 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I am going to do family stuff now.
And we've done enough damage to ourselves and our reputation.
Oh yeah, we've ruined this stream's legacy already.
Excellent.
You're welcome.
Hope to God. Oh God, I clicked over to Windows 11 and somehow everything went wrong. So I don't know what the heck happened here. Anyway, thank you all for joining once again. I hope you had a great time hobbying. Leave us a like and a comment if you are upset about anything. Leave us a comment as well, so we know what we shouldn't talk about going forward. But Miniatures Rundown does not support animal cruelty in any way, shape, or form, whether that be cremation or buying weird pet incinerators off of Temu or Alibaba. Go pet a cat. And we will all talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Where'd YouTube go? Oh, gosh. I hate you, Windows. Okay. Bye! Okay, the stream's ended. We're all going to hell.
Yeah.